Camera tripping. Take two. Take two, since I've already literally recorded this episode in whole, and then my camera just decided to die and turn off. So we'll record it again, I guess. So. Yes, sir. B Grace TV. We are back at it again. Another episode of the Check-In coming your way. I am your host. He is I am him, your boy B Grace, holding you down today. We do have a lot to get into, so let's not waste any more time on the introductions, man. Let's start the show. Now, I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've dropped a check-in, and I really thought that I don't want to say avoid this topic, but I think I purposely stayed away from it, especially on the check-in for a while, because I felt like, my opinion on it was going to be very cut and dry. Of course, I'm talking about Olympian Shikari Richardson and just everything going on with the Olympics right now. There's just been so much that is just rubbed me the wrong way in terms of how black people are being treated in terms of the Tokyo Olympic Games this year. But if you've been living under a rock, you may not be aware that Shikari Richardson will not be a part of the Olympics this year. Of course, she is someone who, while qualifying for the Olympics, absolutely smashed a world record, just went viral for all of the right reasons during the qualifying games of the Olympics. But it was soon discovered that she had tested positive for a banned substance. Now, of course, when you hear this in sports, you think of performance-enhancing drugs, steroids, but no, Shikari Richardson had tested positive for marijuana. This in turn has consequently led her to now not being a part of the Olympics. And like I said, if you know me, you know my opinion on this is cut and dry. Let her run. Let her be a part of it, man. We're talking about marijuana. We're talking about weed. We know that at this point in 2021, we know what it means when any type of construct is penalizing people or, punishing people for the use of marijuana, because we know now that marijuana has so many benefits for people that it should be something that's viewed as a medicine, a herb, for exactly as what it is. But yet people continue to demonize and to criminalize it. And we all know why, because people of color mostly use it. Like, we know that, right? So that's my stance on this. I was like, there's nothing to come in here and talk about. It is what it is. She should be a part of the Olympics. I absolutely hate how this news cycle has just continued to make her face this and make her be accountable for this, something that she already has done. And like I said, it's not even that big of a deal in my opinion. Smoking weed don't make you run faster. But like I said, the story has kind of continued, and it's really taken on a life of its own. And I really did feel compelled, and I felt the need to come in here and speak on it because, of course, you have other sports figures who have gotten involved and shared their opinion, and some that I even agree with, like this one right here from Steven Jackson.
I'm not in a position to tell people what to do, and you can't tell somebody how to feed their family or how to provide for their family or the goals they want to achieve in life. But why even want to represent a country that don't love you? That's the question I ask. They gave gay people reparations, Asians reparations. We've been held behind over 500, 600 years. They can't even take the lynching act out. The George Floyd policing bill, they ignoring that. So why you even want to represent a country that's been showing you for years that they hate you, that they don't love you? Think about that. If y'all want to support Shikari, if they don't let her run, everybody boycott the Olympics and see what the Olympics would be like without us. That's the question we need to ask. Why are we even a part of the Olympics representing a country that don't love us? Ask yourself that.
So me personally, I hear that and I think, how could I disagree with it? He's spitting facts right there. I don't want to sit up here and just say this country don't care about us, because I do think that some progress has been made, but I don't want to turn this episode into the racially charged episode either. But we all know what it is in terms of this country and people of color, black people specifically. So you already know what type of time it is. Should we be over there representing a country that kind of shits on us any chance they get to? Maybe not. But there is another side to this story.
I'm going to be an Olympian. I will make the 2021 Olympics, okay? I'm speaking of an Olympian. I'm going to be an Olympian. I'm going to the Olympics. I'm claiming it now. It's June the 7th. I will be an Olympian. I'm going to make the Olympic team. I will be an Olympian. I'm going to be an Olympian. Today is the day. I told you, I'm an Olympian. I'm an Olympian. I told you the power of the tongue. I've been telling myself this for every single day that I'm gonna be an Olympian. Now look at me. Who's an Olympian? Me.
Now, when I see something like that, how can I not be filled with this sense of pride and happiness for this young lady who is about to go over to Japan and achieve a lifelong dream, something that she literally manifested and spoke into existence while working her ass off. And I have another comment here that I'm going to put on the screen from another Black Olympian, Gabby Thomas. And this one really hit home for me as well. Gabby Thomas says, "It really hurts to see so many Black people choosing not to watch the Olympics this year. There are so many Black athletes who put in years of hard work for this moment, myself included. We want your support." And here's the thing that I really want. Here's the reason why I really decided to ultimately come in here and talk about this, is because both sides are right. Yeah, both sides are right. And I know a lot of times, especially when it comes to race, especially when it comes to things like this, we feel like we got to draw a line in the sand and we got to pick a side. But in this occasion, I really do feel like we can have both. We can do both. We can support Shikari Richardson. We can continue to champion her. We can continue to lift her up because she should be in the Olympics. But we can also support Gabby Thomas. We can also support all of these other Black athletes who have busted their ass to get to the Olympics. So that's what I'm saying. You know, let's not be torn and split by this, how we typically can be. Let's unify both. Let's support both. Let's support Shikari Richardson, and let's support all the Black athletes, all the athletes of color who are over there representing us, holding us down in the Olympics. Man, so now that we got the serious stuff out the way, let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun, because there's been so much new music that has dropped, and I've been really excited to come in here and talk to y'all about some of the music that I'm feeling the most. So let's kick it off with the latest one from Snow Allegra. I am really, really feeling this joint right here from her new album.
It's over now, time will tell. You will find what was there the whole time. Was love in the skies, in your eyes.
That joint is called In Your Eyes. It's produced by the Neptunes, and man, it was so hard because I was like, let me just pick one of these songs from the Snow Allegra album to play, and it was so difficult because this joint is like, fam, I'm scrolling through the track list right now, looking at it, and after a few listens that I've had, there's no skips on here for me. No skips whatsoever. And y'all know how I feel about a no skip project. It eventually goes on to be in that classic category for me. But Snow, another amazing album. Temporary Highs in Violet Skies. If you want some smooth, vibey R&B especially, man, if you going through a heartbreak right now, do I got a project for you. Check out this brand new Snow Allegra. Temporary Highs in Violet Skies. Chef's kiss. It's so good.
I'll share my world with you. If you're gonna waste your time, then waste your time with me. I mean, honestly, open your eyes and see. If you're gonna waste your time, what you need, then waste your time with me.
Now, before that Snow Allegra dropped, the song you just heard, that Brett Fayez featuring Drake, Wasting Time, is one that's been on repeat nonstop. If you know me, you know Brett Fayez, that's my dude. I love when an R&B dude can just sound so great and so dope over the dreamy, floaty, underwater sounding beat, but he's just talking all his toxic shit. I love it, man. I think it's a perfect marriage. Toxic R&B with beautiful sounding music. It's just, There's something about it. It's a weak spot for me. I absolutely love it. And Brett Fayez, he's one of the leaders in that, man. Him and Ty Dolla $ign, that's their thing. That's their brand. And I've been a huge fan of Brett for a couple of years now. I was surprised that he got a Drake feature so early, but I do think it's a testament for just the artistry and the caliber of artist that Brett is. Drake absolutely went crazy on this, man. Let me play a clip from Drake's verse for y'all.
Swear I'm more Purple Rain Prince than Prince Charming. Disappointment I stay expecting it. The pessimist, gold medalist, flush the magnums just so they not collecting my specimens. Damn. The way she with Poppy, man, you would think she's a veteran on remembrance. Cleaning lady, sweep the room daily for all the evidence of everything I ever did. Do they have a pool there? Do they have a gym there? You used to do skincare, but now you do swimwear.
Yeah, so like I said, Brett in his toxic bag, Drake in his toxic bag. That's another thing, man. Drake's toxic, just really fuckboy bag is underrated. Drake can get in there and really start talking his shit. But Brett Fayez featuring Drake, Wasting Time. It's another song that's been on repeat constantly for me. So if you haven't checked that out yet, make sure you do so. It is another banger, man. Let's go ahead and get into the next joint.
I was broke as fuck, baby on the way. Had to make a way. Pimpin', selling anything to bring in this case. Seen it in my eyes, I was stressed. I ain't come to play. Now it's 458s and 63s when it's time to skate.
You already know I had to give y'all some Bay Area flavor, some Bay Area love. That is Tangible Assets from Larry June, of course, off of his latest album, Orange Print. And this one right here, like I said, it's been on repeat for me nonstop. All of these songs that I'm playing have been on repeat, right? And they are just projects that are just constantly in my daily rotation of music that I'm listening to. But man, this Larry June right here, like legit. Once a day, I listen to this. Is like the perfect, when you're getting ready in the morning, you're getting ready for the day. This is just the perfect project to put on. And he's from the Bay, so of course, you know what I mean? Got to show love and support that. So all of these, man, all of these new joints, if you haven't checked them out yet, I highly suggest it. Snow Allegra's brand new album, Temporary Highs and Violet Skies, the Brett Fayez featuring Drake Wasting Time single, as well as Larry June's Orange Print album. All of those, man, that's what I'm listening to right now. If you're looking for some new music or if you're just looking for some new joints to check out, those right there, those are my suggestions for you. You go ahead and peep those. And before we get up out of here, I just wanted to come in and vibe with y'all on a personal note, because just you know, in doing this channel for a couple of months now, I have noticed a few things. And I have noticed that while these check-ins for me, you know, I like to come in here and really have something to talk about. So if I don't have anything to talk about, I'm not just going to make a check-in for no reason. But I feel like you guys really, really, really fuck with these check-ins. And I know that it's me that, you know, me personally, I'm still getting comfortable with like being on camera and talking to you guys. So for me, it's still a little weird, but just when I go back and look at the numbers and I look at the engagement and the views and stuff, you guys are definitely fucking with these check-ins. You guys are rocking with me just on a personal level. So I kind of wanted to save this part of the show just to talk to y'all on a personal level. And I think I'm going to do this moving forward, even though, like I said, it can be a little nerve-wracking because it just truly means like letting you guys into my brain and my world and my way of thinking in my personal space, which, you know, for everybody, it can be something that's really sacred. But like I said, let's get to the point of what I'm talking about here today. And last week, I was watching the movie Inside Out, the Pixar movie Inside Out with my girl, man. It was the first time that I was actually watching this movie.
So, how was the first day of school?
It was fine, I guess. I don't know. Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Did you guys pick up on that?
Sure did.
Something's wrong.
If you've seen it, you know it's one of those kid movies that just has all these super deep themes and super deep takeaways. And it really made me think about it a lot in myself in terms of just how my own mind can play tricks on me and how we can always try to convince ourselves of certain things and we always want to be in control and how anxiety fits into all that. I'm thinking of all of this while watching this kid movie Inside Out, right? Because here you have the emotion of Joy, who is always trying to be in control of everything and is always trying to, you know, Joy is the leader. You can be the driving force in all of our lives, right? But Joy just always had to be in control. That Joy never wanted to listen to the sadness. Joy never wanted to listen to the anger. Joy never wanted to listen to the fear. So in turn, it made the experience, it made the movie that much more difficult, but it made this young person's, the event that they were going through, it made it that much more difficult because, we were so focused on just being happy and so focused on just being the joy. And I think, it was something that really hit home for me because I often find myself not wanting to go through the bad parts. You don't want to go through the times where you're sad. You don't want to go through the times where you're mad. You don't want to go through the times where you're scared. But all of those things really feed into the beauty of joy and the beauty of this experience. And they're all very valid parts, and they're parts that we shouldn't shy away from, and they're parts that we shouldn't, feel a type of way about having because it's normal. It's a part of the human experience. I know sometimes my brain will literally look for things to worry about. I can sit up here and be happy, be having the best day, be in the best space, but my brain will look for something to be anxious about, will look for something to be upset about. And I just, like I said, I just wanted to share that with y'all because it was something that I thought was very interesting. It was something that was eye-opening to myself. My therapist and I often talk about me grounding myself in gratitude, in my own gratitude for everything that I have. It's like, when these sadness and fear and all this other things, kind of pop up in my life, I find myself kind of being like that joy emotion in the movie, that joy character of kind of always trying to be in control and trying to always police these emotions and no, you can't touch that because you'll be sad, or you can't do that. But it's all very necessary and it's all a part of the process. And if anybody is going through that, I just want to share with y'all something that I do. Like I said, I call it grounding myself in gratitude. So it's literally when I have a moment where I feel like I need to be in control, or I'm feeling anxious, or my mind is looking for things to be anxious about, I will literally ground myself in gratitude. So I would think of everything that I'm grateful for and just give that moment of appreciation and give that moment to really just give a shout out to everything that I'm grateful for. And more times than not, it helps the anxiety. It helps me feel so much better. So I just wanted to pass that along to you guys, since I feel like y'all really rock when I get personal and, share these things about myself. So I'm working on doing that with you guys that much more. So with that being said, man, let's wrap it up. Let's get up out of here. Couple of housekeeping things before we get up out of here. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I do have 2 new videos up right now, The Greatness of Rick Ross and The Genius of Tyler, the Creator. If you have not checked those out, I just had so much fun making each one of those videos. If you're not fans of either of those artists, I highly suggest you check out those videos because I can guarantee you'll get a new perspective, you'll get a new light on them and the music they make and just kind of the lanes that they have in this hip hop thing. So everyone else who has checked out those videos and given me feedback or watch any type of engagement, I really, really, really do appreciate it. I know I come in here and at the end of every check-in, I'm saying how much I'm thankful and appreciate you guys, but I do, like, for real. So much time and effort goes into these videos. So you just, taking the 15 minutes or taking the 10 minutes, taking the 5 minutes, taking the 2 minutes out of your time to watch, whether you like it or not, I really do appreciate that. And I appreciate everyone who's been rocking with me and supporting me, man. So with that being said, I could sit up here and ramble all day, but I'm not going to do that. Let's go on and get up out of here, man. Another episode of The Check-In in the books. I'm your host, B. Grace. I'm going to holla at y'all the next go around. I'm out.